Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. My mom cheated on my stepdad and says my brother is her only kid now. Hi all, the title may sound like something else but I will explain. I, 20F, gave my stepdad, 52M, proof that my mom 42F was cheating on him and that it wasn't just an emotional affair like we all thought. Reason I did it was because she involved my 12-year-old sister and guilt-tripped her, so I decided I would step in and show him. When I was younger, my mom asked me to make her a Facebook account using one of my several emails. I didn't naturally forgot about it until recently when she asked me to reset the password and let her in. At this point, it was known by stepdad that she cheated, but in emotional terms. I asked her why and she said she only needed to check messages. I later showed him and he read through them and confirmed she had unprotected intercourse. She didn't know he read them or that I showed him. He made her delete her personal Facebook and he deleted his. He looked her straight in the eye and asked if she had another, and she swore up and down that she didn't. When she saw I was alone in the living room, she tried bribing me $100 and asked me to delete it for her. The following night he got her to confess that it was a physical affair. She immediately suspected me, but he told her it wasn't and he had hired someone. In the morning, he left for work only to come back 2 hours later to cry in bed and take his meds. He told me and my younger siblings that he wants to leave the city, start fresh, and that I'm welcomed to come along. My siblings, 11M and 12F, said I was like the mother they never had, as our mom never showed us love nor taught any of us anything. Always put work before us. Stepdad invited mom to come along and said if she really loved him and wanted to reconcile, then she would move with us and start fresh. She agreed. My older brother 26 gave my stepdad new info on how she would visit AP when they worked together. Stepdad asked her and she denied again until she finally confessed to that as well. I got a notification that my mom tried/got into my Apple account on a new phone. I confronted her and she denied it. Stepdad took away the spare phone from her, and this morning she told him she doesn't want me to come along with them. I started crying and so did the kids. She texted my other older brother 24 that he's her only child and she hopes he will never betray her like we did. She doesn't know that he also hates her. I blocked my mom and considered her dead to me. I don't know what to do if I'm not able to go with them. The kids said they needed me and they're the only reason I was coming in the first place. I'm also angry that mom thinks we betrayed her when she was caught cheating. TLDR, mom says we betrayed her and she only has one child now because she was caught cheating. Your stepdad should be telling her she can't go because she's continuing to do what she got in trouble for. She needs to get the boot, not you. Either way, she's out of your life, which is really good. TBH, it's the mother saying she doesn't want Op to go with them, not the stepdad. I know that. I'm saying the stepdad needs to kick mom to the curb. Your mother is a dick. I have a couple of good responses to this, but I don't wanna get in trouble. When a comment is succinct and to the point, there is no need to elaborate on it even further. You are what you eat. Smiley face. Don't ducking disrespect dicks like that, FFS. More than that, she's a huge Richard. Is your stepfather the bio dad of those other two kids? Are you in school or working? There's 5 of us in total. 26M, 24M and me 20F are not his bio kids. We also live together. I just babysit the younger ones 12F and 11M. These two are his bio kids, a lot, so I'm constantly almost at their house. I babysit MF 8 AM to 6 PM because they do online school. I have been working on my FAFSA and need mom's info, but she refused to give it to me as she doesn't trust FAFSA. This was before the whole cheating thing. If it helps at all, FAFSA literally just uses information your parents have already filed in their taxes. So she's not revealing any new information. Also, no one will ever see any income information besides financial aid counselors, and they see so many people's info and frankly, richer people's info. Also, if your mom and stepdad are legally married, you'll need to include his income information anyway. He may be able to get you the info you need if they file joint taxes. If you can't convince your mom, there is a way to file for financial independence on FAFSA. Someone at your school's financial aid office will know the process. It's normally very difficult. The only scenarios I know of where it's been granted are when a parent is actively dying or when there is proof of abuse or being disowned. Sounds like you might have the latter. ESP if there's anything in writing, so def look into this. Be very careful talking to anyone at school financial aid. Find a counselor who knows how they work so you can minimize any parents related to you. The lower the total parent income the better. So less parents is better. Just a note, you do not need to file your stepdad's info on FAFSA. My parents are divorced and my mom is remarried. My mom had primary custody and she is the only one I had to put down. Minimize parental income as much as you can. I did this when I was in college. You just have to prove you support yourself and file your own taxes. I took my lease and tax return to my financial aid office and they helped me. I earned some grants when I did it. You need to get away from your mother. You'll need independence for that. It may come through school, but please do not take out student loans unless you're certain about what you're going to do and it makes financial sense. Is living with one of your brothers and finding a temporary job a possibility? My brothers, 26M and 24M, actually live with me. I am over at my parents' house a lot because I babysit MF from 8 AM to 6 PM. Weekends are my only days off and even then I have to babysit when they go out because my 11-year-old brother needs to be watched. He was recently diagnosed with epilepsy and has seizures. Effective immediately, let the bitch find other people to babysit on weekends. Do not go to their house again on weekends to help. She burned that bridge too. Why is there not an adult watching these kids? You shouldn't have to be a stay-at-home mom and tutor at this age. When is it going to be time for you? Not saying she should have to because it is a lot. She's 20 years old though, so she's for sure old enough and seems responsible. Update, my mom cheated on my stepdad and says my brother is her only child now. NSFW. Hi all, I'm sorry for not updating for a while. I have been attending therapy and dealing with the drama. My stepdad has changed his mind so many times on wanting to leave and then stay and then leave and then stay. I think he wants to stay with her as he wants the kids to grow up with both parents until they turn 18. We had a family meeting shortly after my post where mom was supposed to apologize to us. She only ever addressed both of my older brothers and not me. I ended up leaving very angry and she later cried and tried to manipulate me into forgiving her. It was only after my stepdad got on his knees and begged me to forgive her. I did, but now I regret it. She said she would change, but now too long ago my brother and I got into a fight and she told him, see how they are? They betray you like they betrayed me, talking about me and my oldest brother. She also told him she would never forgive us and will forever hold a grudge against us. I broke down completely and have been having intense self-ending thoughts. Recently at the end of my tunnel were my little siblings and now it's all dark. I don't see a future and I'm scared I'm falling back into the place where I attempted to self-end over 10 times. I can't fully open up to my therapist as we do therapy outside and over the phone. I'm never alone in the house. I took a good amount of SS of her convos with AP as requested by my stepdad, but not all of it as it was more than 1,000 messages. I also gave him access to the account after he told me that he would take good care of it. Guess what? He didn't, and she erased the convo from the archived messages. I logged out all of the other devices and tried recovering the messages through downloading Facebook info, but it's not there anymore. Does anyone know how else I can recover? Stepdad wants them for future divorce, but I only have a few SS. Other than that it's been pretty okay. He found out the reason she did it and let's just say it wasn't a good one. She's still a compulsive manipulative liar. I just want to help stepdad with the messages and be done since they're staying in the state now. I'm sorry if this post is all over the place. I've been having insomnia and depression. My meds aren't working either and I'm not eating so brain is foggy. Thanks all for the advice previously. TLDR, stepdad forgave cheating mom for kids and she deleted 90% of the evidence. Now I'm trying to recover it for him while my mental health deteriorates. Stop worrying about this. Take care of yourself. How to set healthy boundaries, 10 or examples plus PDF worksheets. Your stepfather is obviously manipulated or weak or has his own reasons for keeping the family together. And why does the evidence matter? He saw enough evidence and he can either believe it or not, proving with more evidence isn't going to do anything. And if he didn't safeguard his own evidence, that's his and not your business. So work with your therapist and open up about how you're struggling, let go of trying to fix anything. See if you can get support from your brother or both brothers that what your mother is doing is wrong. I just tell your mother I did what I thought was right and I'm not going to fall for your manipulation. Right now I'm having trouble with ideation and if you hate me enough not to care about my own well-being, you're not my mother anymore either. That would be sad, but whatever is true, it's true and you need to deal with it. Maybe you can get support from your stepfather who should at least be appreciative that you tried to do the right thing. The problem in these situations is that the person doing what's right is sometimes the one who suffers. Because there's a structure, a pattern, a dynamic and it always wants to go back to the way it was even if it's worse. Tell your stepfather this has cost me a lot to try to do the right thing. I didn't think what my mother was doing was right and so I told you and now she's disowned me and pitting us all against each other. Right now I'm just struggling with trying not to harm myself and I could use your support. If you're not going to hold my mother accountable, at least try and help me stay stable. The point is, get support from whatever friends or family you can, let go of the things that don't belong to you, try as hard as you can to ignore whatever toxins your mother is spewing towards you. Grey Rock. Drink a lot of water, try and eat healthy food and keep your blood sugar up, take long walks, find out if there's someplace else you can stay. See if your older brother will help you mentally and physically. What should breathing feel like? If your mother is a narcissist, this YouTube channel has been very helpful for people. 12 signs you've experienced narcissistic abuse. Dr. Amani's YouTube channel on narcissistic abuse. Emotional invalidation, a form of emotional abuse. How to communicate your feelings. The reality is that the one thing you will never hear from her is an apology like this one, how to apologize. You sound like a good person, so don't set yourself up for failure by expecting her to take responsibility or to do anything other than deflect and turn herself into the victim. What is Davo? Keep your head held high and take yourself out of things that don't belong to you, trying to help people who don't want to be helped or can't be helped. For the person who was cheating, to get down on a knee and beg is a dynamic that you will need your therapist's help to unwind. But you are better off being 100% honest and just realizing that this shit show is not your circus and focusing on what makes you feel better and healthy, and be mindful of your body as you respond to these provocations and simply let it go and learn how to be neutral in this difficult environment. And then leave as soon as you can. Listen to this. You no longer need to be involved or brought into their mess. Focus on yourself and your mental health. They are adults and let them make their final decision. Your mom doesn't deserve your forgiveness. She isn't apologetic and hasn't changed. Tell your stepdad to not guilt you into forgiving her. Your stepdad has his own issues and honestly isn't the best person to take advice from when concerning your mom. As a therapist, this discovered mom's affair with a business partner. Need support. Basically what the title says. My parents have been together for 30 years and have 3 children. They had the best marriage I've ever seen. I live with my but am freshly out of college. My younger brother found text messages between my mom and her partner. He sent them to me and I confronted her. She was devastated that we knew, and said it had been a short non-emotional fling for a few months in 2015. Then they were considering starting it back up. I told her she needs to tell my dad because my little brother can't deal with having this on his conscience. To be honest, neither can I. I'm so distraught. My mom and her business partner were both married with children. The business was very family style. I interned with them several times. This whole time it was happening under my own nose. I was seeing them in weekly meetings, and I never knew. My mom was my best friend. I am so worried for my father and my family. If I'm being honest and selfish, I just feel like I was betrayed by the most important person in the world to me. We had their family over for birthday parties, BBQs, etc. I feel like she made me be complicit in her cheating. I should have known. She's trying to put off telling my dad. I gave her the weekend. And her business/affair partner and I talked. He begged me not to tell. I told him he can tell his wife or I will. I'm so heartbroken. I don't know what advice I need, but thanks for reading my rant. Update: I'm not really sure how to make sure everyone that wanted to gets an update on this, but here's my most recent update here. Thank you all for your kind words, advice, and awards. I never expected to find so much support, and a few crazy trolls, in this sub. It helped me through a really hard time. My thoughts go out for anyone who is living in a similar situation. You have told them both to come clean and that is the best solution. You also said if they did not you would. Sorry for all the pain you and your brother are going through. Cheating hurts all members of both families. This is very good advice. There was zero advice in the comment. It just told Op what they already said. I think Op should consider this carefully. This is not, hands down, in all cases, very good advice. In some cases, it might be very bad advice. One of the primary rules in confession and making amends to others is to not do it if it would cause more harm. Here, Op has a family, and apparently, everyone knows about this but Dad. There's another family, another spouse, and other kids involved, too. Maybe forcing Mom to confess will be the right thing, but maybe not. It may be better for Mom to bear lifelong remorse and do what she must to rebuild the strength of her family and earn the trust and respect of her kids. For me, I think Op has to weigh the good against the harm that will come from outing the truth versus letting the relationship rehabilitate itself. Extra credit ethics points to the kids for spying on Mom by snooping in her phone and then demanding she live up to their ethical standards. The betrayed spouses on both sides deserve agency in their lives, and are robbed of that if they don't know the truth. I don't disagree that it will cause difficulty and pain for both families, but that choice was made when the two started their affair. What if one of the spouses or unknowing children were dealing with a mental health issue and suicide or relapsing into a, possibly deadly, addiction were a recognizable possibility? Must rigorous honesty and agency through outing be ruled each and every time? Or should folks in Op's shoes give some thought to which course they follow? Everything in life is a choice. I believe people deserve agency in their lives and deserve the truth. Update: discovered my mom's affair with business partner. Update: hi everyone. I've had a lot of messages and comments asking about the outcome of the situation. You can find the original post here. Anyway, my mom told my dad and her business partner told his wife. I gave her 3 days after I found out. Some of you wanted me to paint the city red and destroy my mom's life as well as my own. I don't hate my mom and she doesn't deserve to be publicly crucified. I felt that the information should come from her, not from me. Obviously my dad was, insert all appropriate feelings here. He was even more disappointed that my brother and I had gotten dragged into this. He assured us that he loves us and this will not change our relationship, which I was a bit worried about because we've been historically closer to Mom. My mom knows what she did was horrible. She is begging for forgiveness and doing everything right. I am taking some time away from talking to her. I believe my brother and father are also taking some time alone to think. Everyone is seeking individual therapy, and couples or family counseling is in the near future. I don't know if my parents will stay together, but I do know they are both hesitant to throw out a 30-year relationship. I believe my mom told the truth, as I still haven't made clear I was willing to show all evidence. This has been so hard for my family, and will continue to be as we all work through a pretty traumatic situation. Thank you for all your kind words and support. I would honestly not put too much into Reddit, because I did get some ridiculous suggestions. But in a moment of loneliness and desperation, I really appreciated the messages. Edit, also I'd what's going on with the business. I believe her partner is supposed to resign. If not, I'm assuming he will take a much smaller role in running the company. That's still an extremely tense point for me, but I have no say in it right now. Final update, discovered my mom's affair with her business partner. Update, a few people messaged me and commented asking for another update, which I guess I do have. TLDR from my last post, it's been a little more than a month since my unsuspecting little brother found explicit messages between my mom and her business partner. I confronted her, gave her a few days to tell him, and she did. My dad was upset but was even angrier that we had been dragged into it. Now onto the recent updates. I told you all I didn't know what was going on with the business. Apparently my mom and dad agree that the financial success of the business is greater than the AP/business partner stepping down immediately. At the time being, I'm not even sure he will resign. I think they are working together very minimally, but I still can't believe everyone is acting like things are fine. He told his wife, but I have no insight into how she's handling it. I also quit my job working with my mom and the AP, and apparently she thought I was trying to hurt her when I did that. She thinks that because I want them to not work together and because I quit so suddenly that I'm treating her business like a joke, and she said I succeeded in hurting her. Whatever that means. She even asked me if my dad cheated at his work, would my reaction be so severe? I think so. I fear what many of you said was true, that my mom was regretful for getting caught, not cheating on my dad. It's hard to reconcile her saying she's sorry versus not taking a lot of responsibility. At the moment I'm trying to figure out if I want to go minimal/no contact with her, or if that will make the healing process worse for everyone. My dad will be sad if I don't have a relationship with my mom. However, who knows if they will be successful in overcoming infidelity. My mom is in IC and maybe they'll do MC. This has messed up my brother and me. He is having a hard time at college, but he wasn't that studious before lol. I'm upset over what happened, but the situation feels worse because of the way it's being handled. I'm honestly struggling with my mental health now too. Please share advice if you have tips for moving forward. I don't know why this has affected me so much, but it really has. Lastly, thank you all for your support, kind words, and commiseration. I've turned to this sub because I have so few people to discuss this with. Earl. So she cheats, you extract yourself from a bad situation, and you're to blame? You're trying to hurt her. You're the bad guy, huh? This says everything about what a nasty, manipulative and toxic creature your mother is. Don't fall for it. You did the right thing and you will do yourself some good getting away from her. Your mom is making herself the victim. That is something gross that a lot of cheaters do. Support your dad and bear in mind when dealing with your mom, her needs will come first. Yup, she has absolutely no remorse. Everything is just me for her. She doesn't care about how much she hurt her kids and husband. Really sorry you're going through this, but do what you feel is best. Good luck. She thinks you're treating her business like a joke. Tell her that she treated your family like a joke. Tell her it's pathetic that all she cares about is her business and money, and that makes her a joke. Sorry, your mom is evil. You don't deserve this. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.